with that force in the paint. And Harrelson was right at the forefront. He had 7 offensive boards. They had 22 points in the paint. It allowed them to stabilize until they got their offense going. And boy, did they get their offense going. Brandon Knight there knocking down a 3.
Playing right now with their first lead of the game. It's Penn on the offensive first, trying to reclaim the lead that they held for more than a majority of the first half. Instead, they start with a turnover. Jones knows the distance, blocking call on Rosen.
Kentucky picking up right where they left off on the defensive end. And when they shored up the defensive end and created turnovers from Penn on the offensive end, that got them going. That changed the momentum. We saw John Calipari and his team try and manufacture tempo when they didn't have things going for them in that first half.
So now an 18-3 run with carryover, obviously, from the first half. Very interesting to have been a fly on the Kentucky locker room wall at halftime to listen to the message from Coach Cal to his men. And you're going to get that when you rely so heavily, Kara, on so many freshmen.
Well, not only you rely on freshmen, I think the biggest thing with Kentucky is their patience defensively, getting in the stance, using their athleticism like Liggins does right there.
Liggins the steal, the kick out to Lamb. Down low, easy bucket. Jones has 4 quick points here in the second half. And that puts the end to a 20-3 run. And who else? Bernardini lighting it up. He leads all scores now with 18 for Penn. High-low. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay 3 with Kentucky as well for the Quakers. Lamb, jumper, got it.
That's a nice 2-man game there by Jones and Lamb. Jones recognizing that Lamb didn't have the full back door, but had a nice pull-up outside the lane.
Lamb with 6. The Wildcats still without a score in double figures. But they do have 7 different players recording points tonight. Liggins all over Bernardini. Again, Liggins is Kentucky's defensive shutdown man. Backdoor cut. Oh, the vision, or I should say the blind vision by Rosen, and kept alive by the Quakers. Here's Turley. The freshman, Cartwright. Boom! UK getting it done in the paint. They hold a 24-4 scoring advantage out inside, and that has been what has kept them in the game. They also were doing a wonderful job defensively in the first half, keeping Kentucky out of their rhythm that they want to be in, and that a prime example of what they did for a majority of the first half. Turley gets it to Zach Rosen, the team's leading scorer, who's been held in check points-wise tonight. Drive by Evanston, kick out to Rosen. Rosen only with 2 points tonight. Evanston in and out was that 3-point attempt. Liggins, kick out. Knight, got it.
And Bernardini's been a one-man wrecking crew out there for the Quakers. Nice great job of putting his players in position to do that.
Quick hands by Liggins. Another strip for the junior from Chicago. Lead at 5. Knight. Oh, great vision. Hit in the reverse style. Kentucky starting to stretch their lead. The great vision and the dish from the freshman. Coach Cal and his 11th ranked Wildcats in the midst of a 29-10 run. They are on top by 7, and Coach Cal and some elite company in the coaching record book here at the University of Kentucky. Kara, you always know you're going to go historical when you see headshots in color and black and white at the same time, right?
Yeah, Adolph are up there at 43-7. Tubby Smith doing a great job at the University of Minnesota this year in the Big Ten. And John Calipari, and you look at what he's done, and the freshmen he brought in a year ago, John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, 5 players drafted from the University of Kentucky in the first round of the 2010 NBA draft, most ever for a school. And right behind them comes some more McDonald's All-Americans and more freshmen with the ability to play at the next level.
All year long, they finished tied for 5th in the Ivy League. This year, they were picked to finish between 3rd and 5th. Harvard and Princeton are the class teams in the Ivy, and Darius Miller becoming one of the class players in the nation. Another bucket. He has 6. DeAndre Liggins given the job of shutting down point guard Zach Rosen tonight. He's done a very good job. Doherty's effort there won't go. Lead at 10 in this dangerous area for Penn right now. Knight, the penetration, great elevation.
This is from that point guard position. And once again, the alleys are open. They weren't open in the first half. He's got great.
Another rejection by Kentucky. And now some attitude pushing it. Knight. Liggins. Cross court. Lamb bumped on the penetration.
For Kentucky, and how fun are they to watch knocking down shots? Nice extra pass there by Brandon Knight. Lamb knocks down the 3 in the corner, and then Knight says, hey, Lamb, you got one, I got one for you too.
Number 11 Kentucky, 11-2. Hosting 5-5. Pennsylvania, Rob Stone, Carol Lawson here with you. It was a first half dominated by Penn, and then Kentucky put on a little show in the final minutes, took the lead just before halftime, and now they are just piling on.
Rosen with a nice look ahead, and absolutely that Brandon Knight doesn't change his demeanor. And he's had a steady game tonight and taking care of the basketball and running the offense.
Knight slices, dices, and lays it in. Knight initiated that turnover with the quick hands. And now he slows it down at midcourt. Knight with his 7th career 20-plus point. And here's that last drive.
Well, Brandon Knight recognizing he's got a quickness advantage, great finish, he's strong, he's got great size for
Bernardini.
a point guard.
Jumper too strong. Penn crashes. It'll be Kentucky's ball. Head up is Liggins, slowed down by Penn. 7.5 to go in this one. Kentucky closing in on their 12th victory of the season. They begin SEC play this weekend. They are in Athens to take on Georgia at 4 this Saturday. Fighting Penn back up, and Coach Jerome Allen telling us today, we came here to win. This isn't a get ready for the Ivy League type of battle and work on some little things. We're here to come away with the W. And when Coach Allen played for the Quakers, they went on the road. They played some big names.
This is what we talked about in the beginning. Kentucky's advantage, pound the paint. I thought Harrelson set the tone in the first half. He had 7 offensive boards in that half alone, and he really kept Kentucky's offense afloat because they were struggling, but the second chance opportunities and the points in the paint in the first half is what kept them even until their offense turned it on here in the second.
Terrence Jones now with 8 points, well below his season average, just under 18 a game. He averages 5th most in the SEC. He hasn't been much of a factor. We saw some flashes of kind of real intensity from him and trying to get this team back into the game. A nice drive there by Cartwright. But Coach Cal stressing to us today, he's a guy who is better than he's playing. And I expect him to dominate because I know he can dominate, and he's not dominating, and I want him to dominate.
He wants him to dominate every night. And you look at the skill set of Terrence Jones and the ability that he has the ability to dominate his matchup every night. So that's what Coach Calipari is trying to squeeze out of him.
Coach Cal gave us a lot of fun comments about Terrence Jones, and You know, Sam, I'm trying to get him to be a competitor at a high level. There are no, quote, funsies out here. If you can dominate, dominate. And he pointed to a treadmill in the corner of the practice facility to us, and he said, you know what? If he doesn't go hard enough, we've got that treadmill in the corner. There's Jones with the slam.
He doesn't want the treadmill.
That's right. And coach said, you don't go hard enough, I'm going to put you on that treadmill. I'm going to set it to 15 miles per hour, and I'll make you go George Jetson. Just sit there and run on the treadmill. And quick hands there by Jones, almost leading to the steal. Wonderful freshman from Portland, and obviously he can run and finish.
Oh, and had it. Oh, Terrence, few games there, just tremendous rebounding, tremendous scoring, and you know, that consistency of a night in and night out. Can he give them that type of effort? And what's been good about Kentucky tonight is they're getting contributions from a lot of different guys, but Terrence Jones will have to play well every night in the SEC to get wins.
Jones with 7 straight double-figure games now. He has 10 tonight, but a very quiet 10. Just 3 field goals for the evening. Did he call a timeout on the steal, Liggins? Yeah, great effort. He's lucky he didn't roll an ankle or a knee. And the crowd appreciative as he checks out and John Hood comes on.
Love the way he plays.
And the crowd's still into this one because the backups are on the court for Kentucky. Hood and Polson. There's Polson. The crowd just yelling, shoot, whenever it's near him. Say it, Kara. Shoot, shoot. The drive. Picks up the foul.
He's going to shoot too.
Yes. We have 10, kind of 10 and a half guys on my roster. We'll talk about in a second. He's comfortable with 9, 10 guys that play. And 11 or 12 on scholarship. When we go back to that 10, 10 and a half. Enes Kanter still hoping that the NCAA will reverse its decision. They had ruled that he was permanently ineligible for receiving benefits from his time playing as a pro in Turkey. Coach Cal telling us, look, this guy by 4 months is the youngest on my team. It's not like he's one of those Europeans in their 20s. This is a kid who played for the club at the age of 14, 15, and 16 and only saw 21 minutes with the big boys. And the expenses he got were all for education. NCAA today saying that the appeal will be reviewed later this week, maybe early next week, so who knows. Enes Kanter could make this Kentucky team that much deeper and that much more talented. Kantner, one of the top centers in the land, was an easy ESPNU top 100 recruit. And after a big scare in the first half, Coach Cal and Kentucky